Hey everyone, so here's vlog number 2. And as promised, one a week so far. Week 2, vlog number 2. Let's see how long I can keep it up. It shouldn't be too hard, doesn't it? It doesn't take that much work. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I did change the setup a little bit. The camera is higher than it was before. There is a light source right above it as well, so that way it does illuminate me a lot better than the first video. Excuse me. I also am wearing a nicer shirt, and I did brush my hair. So, Mom, I'm making you proud. So the first thing I want to talk about is about a personal issue, but it may relate to others out there. It's in regards to weight issues. And that is something that I've been struggling with for my entire life. Ever since I was a little kid, around the age 3, 4, and 5, I slowly started gaining weight, little by little. When I got to high school, I was in my low 200s. When I got to college, I was in my mid 200s, almost 250. And when I was out of college, I slowly gained weight here and there until I got up to around 270, 275, I would say. This would be like in my mid-20s. There were times where I would start exercising and losing weight, and I would drop down to around 240 or so, and I would eat better. But that was just temporary, and that's my fault. It should be a permanent thing, but it wasn't. I started to gain the weight back again and started to get more and more lazy. Eventually, I climbed up to around 304, and that was pretty bad. One morning I woke up, I weighed myself, and I was just shocked. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was just intense. 304 pounds, that's two people, two average-sized human beings. And that's when I decided to just turn things around. And this was July. I think it was the end of June or the beginning of July of 2011. It was one of those. And that's when I changed things around, and I got into shape. Now the reason I mention this is because right now I got lazy again. And I stopped exercising. I started eating junk food. I wasn't eating right. I was consuming more calories than I should have. And I'm gaining the weight back. And actually, I gained quite a bit of weight back. I'm now, well, before, because I did start exercise. Well, not yet. I didn't start exercising yet, but I have started counting my calories again and watching what I'm eating. And so I was at around 295, 298 about a month ago, almost a month ago, about 3 weeks ago. And I'm starting to go back onto the right path, into eating better and taking care of myself. So let me tell you on how I lost it all. If you don't want to listen or watch this, you can switch off and watch something else. But for those who are interested, let me share that with you. And I like sharing this kind of stuff because it may help others out there. So in July of 2011 is when I started eating better. I started counting my calories. I cut out processed. I cut out processed carbs. No sugars or processed sugars. Anything with bread, chips, pizza, cakes, anything sweet, pretty much gone. It was just cut off. And I stuck to around 1,000 calories a day. And for the first few weeks, it was pretty bad. I felt like I was starving myself, and I couldn't take it. But I just stuck with it, and little by little, I started losing weight. I stuck to 1,000 calories a day. I used an app on my phone, and which kept track of everything that I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus snacks as well. They have a website as well that I would go on to and put things down. You can do your weigh-in as well. And I lost quite a bit of weight for the first 6 months. In January of 2012, I lost about 45 pounds, and I was real proud of myself because I saw that I wasn't even working out or exercising. I wasn't really being that active, and I lost a lot of weight. And that's when I said, okay, well, let's go ahead and start working out. Let's start doing some cardio. So that's what I did, and for like the first couple of months, I was just doing cardio on a daily basis, like Monday through Friday, and I started to lose more weight. I think I lost another 15 or so pounds. From then on, I added weightlifting as well, and from there, I started to lose more weight and gain more muscle, which was pretty cool. I went down, my lowest, which is where I peaked, was around 295 to 299, somewhere around there. And I pretty much maintained that for like the longest time. I would say for a good year, I was at that, about a year and a half. And what happened was that, when you work out, you want to feel better, but you also want to look better. And a lot of times it's not just for yourself, but for others out there. And at that time, I wasn't seeing anyone. I was single. So I was trying to take care of myself and try to make myself more presentable. Then about a couple of years later, or actually about a year later from that, I went ahead and I met my partner. And we started going out. We became a couple. And I was extremely happy. And so was she. We're still both happy with each other, which is awesome. And I just started to get lazy. I stopped working out, and I started eating some bad stuff on a daily basis. I wasn't watching my calories at all whatsoever. And little by little, I started gaining the weight back. And each time that I would weigh myself after gaining weight, 20 pounds here, another 5 there, I told myself, hey, you got to change. You got to go back to how it was before. But I never did. I would probably start eating better for a few days, and that's about it. Then I would go back to eating junk food again, which was pretty bad. And this happened quite a few times. But little by little, I started gaining the weight back, and it was about a month or so ago, I weighed myself, and I was almost at 300 pounds. I was at around 298 or so, and that's when I told myself, I don't want to go back to how I was before, because I was miserable and I was not happy with myself. So that's when I started. That's when I decided to change it back around and try to get back to where I was when I was healthy. And it's challenging. It's one of those things to where you got to stay strong mentally and you got to stick with it. But about 3 weeks ago, I started counting my calories again. And for more information about the website that I use, I'll put it in the description. It's called fatsecret.com. And it may sound like a bad name, but I mean, it did help a lot. And that's what I'm using right now. I still have my original profile that I created back then, so I'm just adding to that. Cool thing is that you're able to you can do a weigh-in on that. There are other websites that do the same thing, but you can weigh in on a weekly basis, daily basis, however you want to do it. And I started counting my calories again about 3 weeks ago, back to 1,000 calories a day, cutting out all processed carbohydrates, and going from there. The first 2 weeks, the first week was extremely tough. I felt like I was starving myself, but it got easier and easier. Second week, I still felt pretty bad, but I stuck with it. And this past week, it's gone pretty well, about 1,000 calories a day. On the weekends, I do cheat a little bit. I do have some carbs here and there, but I try to watch what I'm eating. I got to get back into that. Now, the one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't started to work out, which I should. I went ahead and told myself, like on the first week, I told myself, okay, that second week on Monday, you're going to start working out. You're going to have a regular bedtime. You're going to go to bed on time every single night, wake up after 8 hours of good sleep, work out in the morning, take a shower, make your lunch for work, and repeat that every single day. I haven't done it. The next week, I told myself, all right, that next Monday, you're going to do that. Haven't done it. I got to do it this Monday. I have to. And I want to. And I got to think of, I got to remind myself how happy I was back then, how good I looked back then. And that's what I want to get back to again. So this Monday, I want to start working out again. I want to start with cardio. Following week, I'll probably start adding some weights to it, but nothing too intense. I don't want to hurt myself, and see how that goes. I'll post some pictures. Actually, while I'm editing this, you'll probably see some pictures on the screen that I'll be posting of how I used to look. So that way, you can see what I'm talking about. In terms of what I'm eating, I'm drinking something called the Green Machine that I made about back when I was working out. I used to drink something called the Green Machine. Back then it was a lot, so I kind of cut down on the quantity. But that was for breakfast. It consists of spinach, carrots, celery, and an apple, all blend together in a blender. Add a little bit of water, so that way it's more of a smoothie. You can drink it down. I started that this past week. It's a serving of spinach, about 4 stalks of celery, and 1 red apple. Makes about a glass and a half of juice. I'm taking either eggs, scrambled eggs, or like an omelet for breakfast, or a snack at work, a salad for lunch and dinner, 1 each, and with some sort of a protein. I bought some salmon patties from Costco, which are pretty good. But no, I'm just watching what I'm eating. So it's already about 12 minutes of me talking about this. I don't want to drag this on for too much longer. I'll definitely keep you guys updated with any updates coming up in regards to my progress. So I'll keep you guys up to date with that. All right, so that takes care of that. So the next topic is about what kind of videos I'm going to be making for this channel for the near future. I just finished making the series for the CCTV lenses on how they work on a Micro Four Thirds camera. And these are small little cheap lenses that you can probably pick up for about anywhere from $15, $20 to about $30, $35. And there's, like, from what I've seen, 3 common sizes, 25, a 35, and a 50 millimeter. So I finally finished the third one of the 3, and I uploaded that a few days ago. So that's uploaded. I got a couple of other videos lined up for maybe like vintage lenses with the Panasonic G85, some Canon FD lenses that I sometimes use when I film. So I might be working on that, but I do also want to start making some videos about just like normal everyday stuff that I do around the house or the backyard or the garage or just anything in life in general. And as an example, I uploaded a video last year about how to change the regulator on my gas grill, and it was one of those things to where it was broken, so I had to replace it. And I thought, might as well just go ahead and record it, and it got some decent views. I'm pretty happy with that. I made a backpack video before that about this backpack that I use on a daily basis to go to work with, and that one got some pretty good reviews, or not reviews, pretty good views as well. So to kind of get back to that kind of stuff, one thing would be about I like to hang up these posters, movie posters, on my walls here at home, and they're actually printed on cloth, like a silk cloth or some sort of a cloth material. And what I do is I make a wooden frame for them, and I just wrap the poster around it and just staple it on the back, and that way it kind of looks like a really cool, unique, artistic way of hanging up your posters, your movie posters. So they're not just like flat paper with a glossy finish. It's more of a matte look to it. It's got a nice edge on the sides because it is more of a 3D type shape. In terms of the frame itself, well, it is 3D, it's physical, it's real life. But yeah, so I got a few posters that I got to hang up, so I might as well just record that and upload it. What else? There was something else, and I can't remember what it was. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm not sure of what I was gonna talk about. The main one was about the weight issue, because that I really have to work on. Especially with making videos for YouTube, I want to be able to at least look more presentable for everybody out there. And I want to feel good about myself at the same time. So yeah, but we'll go from there. One thing there's a lot of you guys who probably surf Reddit and have heard of it. If you haven't, maybe it could be a good thing. I mean, you can get addicted to it. You can just spend all day on there. But one thing that I was looking at earlier is this one subreddit called Florida Man. And some of you probably have heard of it, but it's people posting links to articles on the internet about people who do stuff in Florida. Usually stuff that are not good. So as an example, there's this one that I just started laughing today about, just one that I found hilarious. It's Florida man in standoff with police pulled a gun on relatives in dispute over hot dogs. And it was just hilarious. I read the story, and basically this guy was at home. He wanted to eat some hot dogs. He wanted to just put them in water and boil them in a pot. And I've done that before. My parents have cooked that. They've cooked hot dogs that way before. But the person he was living with told him, no, do it on the grill or something like that. And he started an argument because of how, I think that's what it was. And they were just arguing about how to make hot dogs. Because of that, this happened. So, I mean, it's funny, but then you think that's kind of sad that people go through this. But that's a subreddit. If you want to just, shake your head and maybe know that your life may be your life is better where you're at now compared to some of these people. I don't know. Check it out. I might have another one coming up next week, a different subreddit. I know some YouTubers do talk about that kind of stuff. It could get boring though. It just depends on what you're talking about. But that's about it. We're almost at 18 minutes in terms of this video. So this is vlog number 2. I hope to do some recording tomorrow and on Sunday for the next video, which might be the poster video. And then we'll go from there. And if anything comes up before next Friday, I'll either jot it down and talk about it next Friday, or I may just upload something instead as a quick little vloggy thingy and share that with you guys. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great day.